Welcome back. Okay, so this is our third and final video for tire sizes. Okay, so we set up our table. I can make it pretty, I can underline it, I can do all the things, but I can do that later. What I want to do now, so I have the table actually all set up, and I can decrease these decimals to make it pretty, same with the scale factor. So let me do that with the scale factor. Let's say I want it to have 2 decimal places. I just do this decrease decimal down till I get to 2 of them. Ta-da! Okay, so the point of this one is I want to be able to compare the tires to see what's actually going on. So the problem with tires being a wrong size is that all of your speed and all of the odometer readings that show your distance in your car are actually based on the number of times your tire goes around, because every time your tire goes around once, your car moves forward the circumference. So if your tire is 100 inches around, if your tire rotates once, your car moves 100 inches forward or backwards. So that affects how your gauges read. So then if your speed is also based on your tires, so it counts the number of rotations, it measures the time, and then it divides it, you get miles per hour. It converts, it does a bunch of stuff. But so if your tires are not the right size, what your speedometer is saying is not correct, because just because you change the tire doesn't mean that everything's automatically updated. You have to get it recalibrated. So, okay, let's say your speedometer says you're going 70. I'm going to put that there. That's an input value. I'm going to highlight that. So that's just what my speedometer says. So the highway's speed limit is 70. I get pulled over. I'm like, no, but I had cruise control on. I'm not doing more than 70, but I might be. So, okay, so my original tire from the factory had a circumference of 77.76 inches. I put a new tire on thinking it's okay. I'm like, well, it's just smaller. It probably wouldn't fit on my rims, but we'll just pretend. I could, if I want to, I could change this to an 18 just to make it look like, yeah. But so this is the tire. So then if I compare the two, what I'm actually going is really the scale factor times what my car says I'm going. So I go equals scale factor times, which is shift 8, and I click on my speedometer speed. So my car says I'm going 70, really I'm going 91. Not good. Okay, tire 2, if my car says I'm going 70, I'm really going, click on the scale factor, times, click on my 70, 93. That's a pretty decent ticket. Okay, and then this one would be this one, also times my 70. That's a little closer. That's like only 3 miles over the speed limit. Let me shorten these down so we can actually see, because your speedometer usually goes to whole numbers. So, okay, so this is what your car says you're going. This is what you're actually going. This is why it's super important to make sure you have the right size tire. So now I'm just going to straighten these up, make them look neat. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to do the right border. I'm not necessarily going to do grid lines all through here. Just sometimes it looks good with just the right border, especially in this case we're dealing with tires. But okay, so that's our tire table. So we take our tire size, which we know, we put those in the yellow ones, and then we converted it to inches, found our height, and then found our diameter and our circumference. Then we got our scale factor and figured out how fast we were actually going. Hooray, tire sizes.